Yeah, started out with nothing. Now I got a whole lot of something. Breaking through the roof. Willy Wonka when he pressed the button. When I do a money ritual, all of a sudden money started coming. Then I cut the Holy Ghost. I still be rhyming even when I'm mumbling. Magic. When I open up my started out with nothing. Now I got a whole lot of something. Breaking through the roof. Willy Wonka when he pressed the button. When I do a money ritual, all of a sudden money started coming. Then I cut the Holy Ghost. I still be rhyming even when I'm mumbling. You repeat my name 3 times. While you staring in the mirror, bottle will appear. Like poof, I came from out of thin air. So me the gun is like a magic wand. I make a problem disappear. I knock a hated teeth out his mouth. Just to turn him to veneer. I can do magic, I can do magic. 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 When I open up my mouth, I can move masses. Black magic on the beat, turn it to a classic. I'ma take the money out the bank, then I'ma put it in a mattress. So many niggas gotta pick the cut, so I turn it to my own fashion. I'm the original AI, I don't gotta go to practice. I got the answer for all the questions, you don't even gotta ask it. Pop, 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 pop. Heard another rapper got blasted. Shoot, DMT, Molly X, I'ma mix it all up with the acid. I can do magic, I can do magic. 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 Call me Houdini, the way I remove chains, I make it look too easy. When the camp low, make the money fall from the sky like it's so cheaty, too creepy. When I wanna talk to them, I'm a wizard, I use Ouija. Audio, side partner, take the pipe down, call her Luigi. I'm the blue genie, when I do a magic spell, I say hocus pocus, get the cauldron smoke, whipping the dope is post. I know who the Holy Ghost, Alakazam. I do magic like Shaq and Kazam, on the magic like Shaq and Orlando. Come from a magical land, feel like Urban Johnson on the Lakers. I got some talented magical hands. If you pass it to me in the basket, I'll do an immaculate slam. Damn, abracadabra, turn imagination into matter. I be turning eyes into cadavers. I'm the Alpha and the Omega. I'm a being a before and after. I'm a magician. I'm the alchemist winning the kitchen. I got a secret recipe I'm mixing. If you witness Jehovah, you snitching. Are you Christian? No, I'm different. I created a whole new religion. I be making accurate predictions. Life is like an episode of Simpsons. I can do magic, I can do magic. 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 I can do magic, I can do magic.
You. Yes, 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 yes. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There you have it. That is I Could Do Magic, all right, from the good brother Camp Bada, off of the album Holy Ghost Part 3. All right. Black Magic. Shout out to Black Magic. Shout out to Cam. Yeah, run that up. I Could Do Magic. We want that shit to touch 1 million. You know I'm talking about? It's at 100,000. Let us hit a milli. You know what I mean? Keep running it up, make it go viral. It's an anthem. It should be viral at this point. You know what I'm talking about? It should be viral. That should be a hashtag. I need to see dances and all of that. Like, where's the fucking TikToks? Like, what y'all be doing? Like, really? Is conscious people, because I'm a busy man. I mean, I don't know how everybody's time is chopped up these days, but I'm really y'all have no idea. And I'm not trying to say that I'm busier than anybody that's out there. But for 1 minute, if you don't think that this is a task, yo. This shit was it was like fun for a minute, but this is a whole task. Whatever this is, you know what I'm talking about? Whatever this is a fucking job. You know what I'm talking about? It's not something that you could just float by in life. People be watching us doing these YouTubes, and people be watching us put on and everything while they sitting in their cubicles, and they be thinking that they could do that. You feel me? They be thinking that they could do that. And I say to them, man, you might be safe right there in your cubicle because you do not know what you signing up for. And when I say that, I mean frontline activities. I ain't talking about, YouTubing or being on Instagram talking shit. Nah, I'm talking about knees deep in this thing. This is a very arduous task right here. I have no idea. It encompasses every single minute of my day. I'm L Filthmore. It encompasses a lot. So I know I be busy. What y'all be doing though? You know what I mean? What's going on? How's everybody doing tonight? I'm talking about good evening. Welcome to another episode of Third Eye Thursdays. You already know what it is. You are now rocking with the best. Yes. Shout out to the IG family. Shout out to the Patreon family. And shout out to the family on the YouTube and whatnot. Disclaimer, real quick. Disclaimer. This is the backup channel on YouTube. It's called Know the Ledger. All right. Know the Ledger. After a long conversation with some of my contemporaries and comrades, it was said to me that Brother Red Pill, there's a lot of people who are distraught because they can't find you online and whatnot. While you may not think that that's a big thing. Shout out to Blue Pill in the building. While you might not put too much stock in it. However, it's becoming, it's kind of shaky for people because they don't know where to find you. And people are tapping into Red and Blue Pill, and they only know us for the internet. Some people only know us through the portals or the platforms that they have met us on. You feel me? They haven't done too much deep diving to find out where are the other places that you could find us. So it was said in the movie The Matrix that if you die in the Matrix, then you can die in the real world, right? And what they mean by that is that if they remove you from the Matrix, if they remove you from the internet, if they wipe your channel out, if they terminate you, if they deplatform you, you all right, like you still functioning. You know what I mean? My life is even more busier now that I don't have a YouTube. I got more stuff to do. I have more opportunities. I have more jobs to do. I have more tasks to do. I have a lot more. It's almost like it ramped it up. However, I owe the people who've been following us and tapping in with us. I gotta pop up in the Matrix every now and then so they don't feel like I'm just gone, and they don't feel like they lost somebody, and all of that stuff, because I understand the sentiments. It was explained to me very expertly by somebody who I highly respect. So as a result of that, we're going to give our backup channel a little bit of love. You know what I'm talking about? So we got our backup channel that's called Know the Ledge 44. And we also have Know the Ledger. You know what I mean? So, make sure you guys sign up to that channel. This is an experiment, of course. You know what I mean? This is something that we're doing just to let the family know that we are here, and also to bring y'all over to the Patreon, because that is the true backup. That is the true server. That is where the master classes are held. That is where the information is deposited daily, right? Mostly AI information, information about technology that I feel that everybody, not everybody, because that's not what everybody does. But for those of you that are in that field, if you have an iPhone or a Samsung and whatnot, you know what I mean? People are like, oh, I don't know about that AI stuff. Shit. I saw the Rose. They got a new Rose that talks to you. You know about that? They have the toy called a Rose and it's talking. So that right there, it was already AI. It was considered soft AI. But now that shit is having conversations and whatnot. So we are venturing in new territories. Okay. New territories. And I don't want to go there. You know what I mean? But I'm calling Cap. I'm calling Kaepernick on some people because they just say things to hear themselves. I think I mean they don't know what the hell they talking about. They don't know what they talking about. They locked in with AI. They in bed with AI. Literally. Okay, literally. So let's stop the cap. You know what I mean? Learn this shit. You out here boning AI. You should learn it. You know what I mean? You should learn it and master it. Don't let it master you. Don't let it master you. Okay. You're responsible and you will learn about this new field that we are all entering into. It's AI everything now, AI everywhere. So why not master it? So on the Patreon, there's classes on there that you could be able to master this new technology, take full advantage because the time is now. There's no more time. The time is now. Okay. The time is now. So without any further ado, I want to do the roll call. You know what I mean? Let's bring it back. You know what I'm talking about? Let's bring back the roll call and let's see who is in the building. And by doing such, we could even help people that are in the chat, discover other people in their cities or adjoining states and whatnot. So they too could link up because I'm all about networking. I think that is the most important thing. I think that is the most overlooked, but that might be the most important thing that's being overlooked is the fact that our network is our net worth. We I think we're squandering. And it's not us personally. We don't have to be held accountable. It's the technology in a sense, you know what I mean? Shout out to all of the developers and coders out there. But we need more network heavy applications so people in the chat could begin to link up and build with each other. That's why I like doing the in real life, the IRL Melanin Mondays, because we get to really get to see who is in the building. And there's some very powerful people that show up every Monday and at the Melanin Mondays in Atlanta. You know what I'm talking about? We ask people, what do you do? What is your skill? What is your gift? So I could just imagine who's in the audience right now. And I promise you, when I get my hands on the technology to whereas we can extract information to find out who's who in the audience, we're all gonna go to bed more richer. Rich Phil is, you know what I mean? You all gonna be rich in a sense. You know what I mean? Ye are wealthy, ye are rich. What that means is ye are gods too. And what that means is we need to start focusing on looking at each other instead of looking away from each other, or instead of looking over each other and looking around each other. You understand? That's one of my pet peeves. It irks me that people love to look over and around each other when we the ones that we've been looking for. So let's go ahead and do this roll call. We got Cali in the building. Shout out to Cali. We got Mississippi in the building. All right. I see you. CT in the building. Shout out to CT and whatnot. You dig? Okay. Let's see who we got in the building. We got DC, San Francisco. We got Louisiana, Arizona, Savannah, Georgia, Santa Rosa. We got Phoenix in the building, Fayetteville in the building. You dig? Barbados, Wagwan, Tennessee. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Philly in the building, South Carolina in the building, Florida in the building. All right. We got Vegas. All right. What's going on, Vegas? DMV. Shout out to DMV. Is that legal shrooms and marijuana in DMC in the DMV? Dallas, Texas. Yeah, I'm talking about Lafayette. Lafayette. Shout out to Lafayette. A lot of indigenous Aboriginal people in Lafayette. Good people I know from Lafayette. All right. Kansas City. We got Rome in the building. Shout out to the gods in Rome. Philly. All right. Shout out to Philly in the building. We got another Philly in the building. Come on, Philly. Philly, let's link up. You know what I'm talking about? I do have some announcements. Tampa. Mark your calendars for March. Tampa, Florida. Mark your calendars for March. Detroit, Michigan. Mark your calendars for February. Southside Atlanta. Legal shrooms in DC. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? No wonder y'all so lit in DC. I need to take a trip over there. You feel me? Have I ever been to the Bay? Briefly. Yeah, briefly. I did some crumping and I was out. You know what I'm talking about? I pulled up, I crumped, and I was gone. Yeah. St. Petersburg. So yes, in February, which we're giving it a new name, Watts. Shout out to Watts in the building. February, instead of it being Black History Month, is Black Mystery Month. You dig? VA in the building, Cincinnati. We got Strong Island. We got Jersey. We got Colorado. We got Seattle in the 504, Fort Worth, Texas, Las Vegas, St. Petersburg, Palm Springs, Boynton Beach, Florida, Cleveland Heights, Columbus, Ohio. We got the A in the building. We got Rich Mound in the building. Yeah. Cotton Sauce, Mississippi. Yeah, talk about that. What's that? Black Mystery Month, or rather Blackamoor Mystery Month. Okay, Blackamoor Mystery Month. We are gonna find ourselves in the beautiful all-black city of Chocolate City of Detroit. We coming to the deep pause. We coming out to the Detroit. What up, though? Memphis, Coachella, Charlotte, London. You know what I mean? Nashville, Watts, Albuquerque, Coachella. Okay, I see you. Memphis. My heart is in Memphis. My heart is in Memphis. There's a lot of drama going down in Memphis, so we'll talk about that in a minute. Cleveland, Ohio. We see you. There's a lot of drama in Memphis right now. My heart goes out to the family. I heard that Memphis is a murder capital. God damn. It's crazy. That is crazy, right? Man. Memphis. Yeah, we sending out some love and light to y'all. So, you know, the babies are protected, those beautiful sisters and whatnot, and the children, the youth and whatnot. You know, we don't want nobody getting caught up in the BS. You know what I'm talking about? We don't want the people getting caught up in the BS. We hope that the smoke clears and it settles out there, because it's definitely up. You dig? But we'll be in Detroit. Shout out to Detroit. This is on the 25th of February. Okay. This is in conjunction with Crumb TV, right? So Detroit, the real Gotham City, Sunday, February the 25th with the Twin Pillars. It's going to be a weekend out there. We're doing Saturday and Sunday. So the Sunday event is going to be a private event. At that event, we're going to be having a lot of things, you know, 420 friendly. We're going to have a little bit of Reiki, some massages. It's going to cater to both men and women. We're going to be feeding you infused foods and whatnot. We're going to be dealing with the Reiki, the sound bowl healing, a little bit of plant-based medicine. And, you know, we really tapping in on that Sunday. The Saturday, we'll be teaching, okay? We'll be in full teacher mode, giving y'all a full lecture, all right? I'm bringing the Facts Initiative to Detroit. That will be on February the 24th. I'm pulling up with the facts, the food, the art, the clothes, the technology, the shelter. Facts 24. We pulling up in your city. And the good brother Crumb, he's going to be presenting a lecture called The Real Gotham City. that's gonna be he already gave me a glimpse of what he's gonna be tapping into. So that's gonna be lit. You know what I mean? That's gonna be crazy. Yes, Brother Crumb and MOI. Shout out to them. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, we about to turn up. You know what I mean? We coming to your city. We coming to Tampa in March. We bringing the facts to Tampa in March. I will give you a direct date, but it will be right after February. We will be pulling up in Tampa, so look out for us. And yeah, show us, show up, pull up when we pull up, pull up when we pull up. We bringing, yeah, we gonna bring some treats. Okay, we're gonna be bringing y'all some treats. Yeah, the sound bowl healing. You ever did sound bowl healing while you was on shrooms? Oh my goodness. That shit takes you to a whole nother level, I promise you. You know what I'm talking about? It takes you to a whole nother level. Like it opens up all kind of portals. So man, tap in when we hit Memphis. Okay, I'll let you know. You know what I mean? I will let you know when we hit Memphis up. I think we'll have to do the Memphis and the Nashville, all of those together. Probably do a whole boop, boop, boop. Yeah. Yeah. The Reiki, you know what I mean? The massages, you feel me? The infused massages though, not just a regular massage, the infused massages. So you're gonna get those oils infused into your body. We doing feet, you know what I mean? I have a group of some beautiful sisters, you know what I mean? You pay now. We're not gonna have no happy endings and whatnot. We got a group of some beautiful sisters out of Detroit, and this is what they do. You know what I mean? This is what they do. They specialize, they're certified and whatnot. So they will be joining us. It's gonna be a whole movie, y'all. I mean, as we get closer to the date, we'll talk more about it. We'll do something in conjunction with Crumb TV to give everybody a heads up as to what it is that we're gonna be bringing to y'all. But man, we outside, bro. 2024, we outside. You know what I'm saying? We outside. 2024 is not an inside type of year. It don't feel like a inside type of year. Does it feel like that to you? I know that they got this new scare about the disease X, right? Could I even say that on a YouTube right now? Disease X. You feel me? But I know that they out here fear mongering and whatnot. I know a few people that got knocked down. They like, yo, that shit knocked me down. Whatever it was, it knocked me down. So, be safe. There's some shit in the air. You know, this is definitely deworming, detox season. You might want to consider getting out those parasites while we're in these winter months and whatnot. You might want to consider that winter makeover because shit, what else is there to do? What else is there to do? This is hibernation season. This is get low season. This is get out of the way season. This is disappear and pop back up. You know what I mean? With a whole new everything, new teeth, new nose. No, I'm just playing. But you know what I'm talking about. It's that time. It's that time. He said you're not worried about Twitter X. I am definitely not worried about Twitter X either. But it's it would be remiss of me if I did not say that I haven't been on the phone with people who have been overcoming whatever this mystery illness may be. You feel me? Some shit is in the mind too. It definitely is. Okay, T is doing a fast next week. Oh, I'm on that. Say less. I'm on that. You feel me? I am definitely on that. I'm getting some deworming or parasite removal type of herbs, and then I'm on that. You know what I mean? It's that time. It's that time. You feel me? So there's some things that we're gonna talk about tonight. Third Eye Thursdays. We'll be keeping up with some of the news that's taking place that is out there. Um, one of the first things that I want to talk about, and this is basically a follow-up to a story that we were looking at. What month was this? This was towards the end of the summer, if I'm correct, right? This was towards the end of the summer. This was the P. Diddy story that we covered and whatnot, and we were given, you know, we was basically giving the family an update that our good brother, Mr. Black Excellence himself, right? Mr. Black Excellence, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Brother Love was in trouble. You know what I mean? And we raised, we trying to, we was raising the alarm, you know what I mean? We was like, there's some trouble over there in Diddy land, you know what I mean? Ladies and gentlemen, there seems to be a little bit of trouble in Diddy land. And we informed the family that there was a lawsuit taking place. Okay. This was earlier, this was before Cassie popped out with the lawsuit and put everybody on about the white fingernail polish and shit like that. Nah, this was before. This was like about 4 to 6 months prior to that. He got into a dispute, right? Yeah, he got into a dispute. As a matter of fact, it was before the summer because I saw this Negro right here at the Invest Fest that was held in August, right? And he was talking greasy on stage with EYL. He was talking like he was a boss. He was talking like that Black excellence shit was really still going down and whatnot. He was talking about, y'all be listening to Orlando Brown. Is that really a thing? Is that really a thing? Orlando Brown in 2024? That's what we doing? Okay. You said what'd you do? All right. Don't get washed tonight, brother or sister, whoever the fuck you are. Don't get washed. Cause I'm in that mood. You know what I'm talking about? I'm definitely in that mood and I got time today. So, please tread lightly, bro. Anyway, I was like, I came back and I said, it appeared because I was at the Invest Fest and I saw him on stage and whatnot. And I was like, damn, Diddy ain't himself. What the fuck? There's something going on with Diddy. He was looking stressed. You feel me? He was on stage looking real stressed and whatnot. But he got up there and he was talking real greasy, like Black excellence is making a comeback. And then he was talking about this liquor brand called Diego and how they was discriminating. He was playing that victimhood card. Orlando Brown lets you know what's happening in Hollywood. Really? I mean, he does say some things, but is he stable? Because I don't really watch his clips like that. I don't. Is he stable? Are you taking his word on? You know what I mean? That's okay. That's where we at. All right. So I was saying that yeah, the Diddy situation when he basically fell out with the Ciroc parent brand, right? The parent brand. What's the parent brand? It's because it's the parent brand of Ciroc, meaning that they have a bigger brand, this conglomerate, and that is Diego, right? A multi-billion. This is a humongous brand. This brand is bigger than Diddy himself. This brand is bigger than all of his brands combined. This brand is not just one spirit brand. This brand, and when I went to the trade show, I went into the Diego booth and I was able to see their quote unquote size, and I was able to see all of the different beverages or spirits that they was carrying Guinness out, bro. Them niggas own. They got Guinness Stout. Like there's nothing to talk about. They got Casamigos, bro. Like there's nothing to talk about. And rumor has it, right? Rumor has it that when Diddy broke, when they had their falling out and whatnot, the president, I forgot his name, but he had a president. There was a president at Diego who suddenly died, right? I don't know if he died of old age. I don't know if he had a heart attack. I don't know what the fuck was going on, but I do know that he made transition. And when he made transition, so imagine if you are the heirs of a multi-billion-dollar brand and the quote unquote the head of that brand dies after getting a lawsuit. They was like, oh hell no. They said if we don't do anything, we gonna cook this nigga. You understand? Because let me look up the name of the owner of Diego who suddenly died. He's, let me see. He was like, whoever he was pissed off at P. Diddy when this whole lawsuit thing. His name was Evan Menendez, right? So these are Spaniards. These ain't Spanish speaking niggas. These are Spaniards, right? Spaniards. Remember Diego from Blow? Right? These are blue eye, blonde hair Spaniards, and they move a little bit different. I don't know if you've ever been to Florida and whatnot, and you get around those white Cubans and some of those Spaniards that are running around. Yeah, they move differently. They move a lot differently. So he died on June 7th. He was 63. The cause was complications of an emergent surgery for a stomach ulcer. Now, remember, right? He's the head of Johnny Walker and other liquors, right? So he got a stomach ulcer, right? So the stomach ulcer was set off. The stomach ulcer was exasperated based off of the stress that he was going through because he was fighting P. Diddy both in public and in private. So after he made transition, the Diego family said if they don't do anything, they finna bring him down. They said the buck stops here. He's been bullying us and he's lying. And he only put $1,000. This is what they said in the lawsuit. I read the paperwork. He only invested $1,000 into Darien liquor, right? There was a deal on the table and whatnot, and he didn't fulfill his part of the deal. Then they said that his initial investment was a stack. I'm like, damn, nigga, I wish I was at the cap table. I would have gave him, I would have probably matched that. So fast forward, a few months later, after all of these lawsuits mysteriously, began popping up, and the legal teams from my research were all paid in advance. They're not on pro bono. Somebody paid each one of these lawyer teams. They were paid already. They got their bread. Go and do your work. So rumor has it that they are the ones that are behind his exposing of, rumor has it that they're powerful enough. Remember, you have liquor mafias, you got spirit mafias out here. These people wield enormous influence and whatnot. So they was like, yo, we're gonna take them down because at the end of the day, this is a spirit brand. So the spirit brand is in bed with you when you're doing when you're doing spirit, when you're doing non-spiritual shit, meaning that it didn't take long for them to find out the dirt on this nigga. I'm assuming that if a multi-billion-dollar brand, the same way that if these Hollywood in these record labels and these Hollywood studios, when they get in bed with you, they know your dirt, bro. They actually go out and buy your dirt. They invest in your dirt because what better way to hold a sword over the nigga's head than to have some blackmail on them? This is how this whole game works. It's called honey pots and stuff like that. This is what Jeffrey Epstein and all of them was running. It was a whole operation. It was a blackmail honeypot operation where they were able to, it was a whole Mossad rat line. They went back for years, going all the way into what's her name? Gresseline, whatever her name is, Maxwell. Her father was Mossad, and he was running blackmail operations and things of that nature to line these politicians, these Hollywood actors, people of power and influence and things of that nature. You always have to keep your hand in their left pocket, right? How do you keep your hand in their left pocket? The hand in the left pocket is extortion, right? I'm gonna keep my hand in your left pocket. You're gonna pay me a few dollars every month, my nigga, and I'm gonna keep this secret between me and you. You feel me? I ain't finna blow you up. You know what I mean? We know your sexual proclivities. We know your kinks, right? And it goes back to what I was saying when I'm trying to explain people how these operatives move and how this game is set up and whatnot. In the West, I don't know how they operate in the East and shit like that, because I'm in the West. So in the West, based off of what the alphabet boys, not what I say, I study, I'm a researcher based off of what the CIA, right? Operatives from the CIA and operatives from the Federal Bureau of Investigations. It's a surveillance operation. What does that mean? That means that the streets is watching. Not only the streets, nigga, the tweets. Not only the tweets, but them peoples is watching. The feds is watching. That's why you better put that shit on, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? So when you at trial like Thugga Thugga and they pull them pictures out, you looking clean. The feds is watching. And they're building dossiers and whatnot. And one of the most, what they really want, that's why you have spyware on your phone. That's why you have malware and spyware on your phone. And they got these little cameras that they be hiding in people's houses, and they hack your cameras and they hack your phones because they want to know your sexual proclivities. They don't care about that public face that you show the world, because they know that you lying. They know you fronting. You feel me? Hoover started that blackmail. Hoover was being blackmailed himself by the mafia, because rumor has it that he was a bati boy, cross-dresser. Everybody knew that. And he was being blackmailed by some of the top mafia bosses because they knew what? His sexual proclivities and his kinks, right? So in this quote unquote fake Judeo-Christian country that we live in, where it's all about these fake morals and these Christian values and things of that nature, the politicians and the people that are in front of you, they put on a public face, and then behind doors, they got a private face. And then when really no one is looking, there's the secret face, right? So case in point, if you kill something, like a drill rapper kill, and I'll break something down about that in a minute. But if you body a nigga, right, that's your secret that some people go to the grave with, like a body, or taking a life. You know what I'm talking about? Or taking somebody's fucking innocence. You know what I mean? People keep those secrets close to their hearts, right? That's one. Private is a little bit different. Private is what you do in your private life. That's basically how you fornicate. Now, while you may think, oh, it's nothing to it, I'm just a missionary type of person. People who are in higher positions that are around power players, power players, they fuck for power. You know what I'm talking about? It's a little bit different when you climb the ladder. The stakes are a little bit higher, and sex is definitely used as a weapon. Okay. You're dealing with Romans. They utilize sex in a perverted and an inverted way, not for sex magic, but for what Crowley and them was talking about, a perversion of the sex magic. That's what these orgies, that's what all of that 50 Shades of Gray and the Eyes Wide Shut and all of these private parties that these people are into. That's what Orgy Island was about, So when they get into these quote unquote lustful lower, these what would you call sacral, lower frequency type of lustful situations, where they're letting their lower self take over, and they're being pulled by their desires, right? And one knows that when your desires begin to take over, You're not worried about protecting. You're not checking the room. You walk in the room and it's like, it's a whole platter right there. You're not checking for secret microphones and cameras. You're not wanding the room down. You're not even wanding Shorty down. She might even be a op and be working for them peoples. So they getting all 2 minutes of your pleasure, my nigga. All 2 minutes of it is captured in 4K. You know what I mean? All of the two humps in the camel, nigga. They capturing all of that on 4K. You know what I mean? Camera find out the woman that you thought that you was laying with, that's a dude. It's fucking Sydney Star or one of these trannies and whatnot. Come to find out, the shorty that you thought you was laying with, oh nah, nigga, she's 15. You know what I mean? Yeah, the escorts are CIA. They turning escorts into agents. The most important thing that they want from their quote unquote operatives is to discover your private and your secret affairs. That is what the movie Inception is about. That was a high level espionage movie because that's what they want. They have to capture your most devout secrets. That's how they could control you. Who do y'all think unalive Kevin Samuels? That's an interesting one. You feel me? I think that the woman that they might have sent to him was definitely an operative who took him out. You understand? They want to know what your proclivities are. Why? Because that's how they'll run you. Once they know that you have a fetish for little boys, oh, they got you now. That's what they're going to hook you with. That's the hook. Impulsive lust. So in this day and age where there's hypersexualization of society, it is not relegated to a race, it's not relegated to a people, it's not relegated to a group. Hypersexuality is everywhere. We can't just point fingers at the alphabet people and be like, oh, all they deal with is just, perverted sex. And no, this shit is everywhere. If you dial back to about 20 years ago and whatnot, even though it was somewhat raunchy and things of that nature, it was nowhere at the levels that this shit is on. Nowhere. Nowhere, no how. They showing full frontal on regular TV. Things like they showing full frontal on like Netflix, on TV. Like they've stretched the boundaries. So we live in this hypersexualized environment. So that leads to non-discipline. Non-discipline leads to a checkmate. At the end of the day, non-discipline is a checkmate. If you signing up to play this game, you better know what the fuck you're playing. You better know the game that you playing, because the people that are playing against you, they read the rule book. They study the instruction manuals, and when you sleeping, they working. You better know what you signed up for, because you could get lined up real quick by some people who know how to checkmate niggas and put your ass in a bind. They will have you working for them in a no amount of, I promise you, them niggas will have you working for them because you couldn't control your lower self. That's why that's why people, brothers and sisters from the Nation of Islam, right? That's why brothers and sisters from the FOI, the more disciplined your organization is, and that's not because I'm not in that organization, so I don't know about the inner workings of that organization. However, what I do know from the outside looking in, from an observer's perspective, is that it is very hard to catch those brothers in an act that will compromise them because of their discipline. Right? Because when they tried to flip Malcolm X, when they tried to coerce Malcolm X, when they try to blackmail Malcolm X, when they try to watch him and surveil him to get dirt on him, they could not find it. Why? Because he was disciplined. That was the only thing that was saving him, was his quote unquote religion and the fact that he was standing on discipline. So if they can't, they didn't have that problem with MLK. He was not disciplined, and he opened himself up for all kind of quote unquote blackmail and all kind of dossiers. They got mad dossiers on homie. He has his sexual proclivity was snow bunnies. You know what I'm talking about? And you know, he was in some heavy ass you know, he was doing them baptism, the Baptist orgies, I think they call it. You know, with Gertrude and Bertha and them, right? With the congregation. You know what I'm talking about? He was laying up. You know what I'm talking about? That's an Atlanta nigga. He was cranking that stinking leg. You know what I'm talking about? That's an ATL cat. You know what I mean? No disrespect. What's that? The West Side? This is a native, y'all. You know what I'm talking about? And if y'all know anything about the A, you know how they get down. So yeah, he was knocking them down like bowling pins. So they were able to build up dossiers on him. They were able to blackmail him. They were able to threaten him to expose him to his wife, to the point they took it as far as to suggest that he commit suicide. Now, if that's the case, what the fuck? What they got on that man where they could be like, yo, kill yourself, or we gonna reveal yourself. Kill yourself, or we gonna reveal yourself. So they tried all of those tricks. They tried all those tricks to get that man to basically, you know, self-destruct, and who knows how far into the compromising that his assassination had to do with the surveillance, and with the fact that they had, you know, they basically had his number. They kind of knew how to checkmate him, right? Shit crazy. Shit crazy. And that leads me into another discussion that I was having on Twitter, you know, I mean on IG. I don't know if people understand who the hell I am on the internet. I'm a fucking troll, bro. Like, I'm not on the internet to try to like be super serious. I don't know if people realize that or not. Like, I'm literally up there starting, you know, I'm not starting trouble, but I'm engaging my audience because it's called social media. So on social media, I'm not trying to be deep on social media. I'm not trying to be nobody's friend on social media. I'm not trying to connect with the people. No, nigga, that's not what I'm on.
Who have
to do.
had sex with non-African men.
Even if it was just an experience?
Yes.
Wow.
If they sex them, a date, I can live with that. A kiss, disgusting, but I might swallow it.
Oh my God.
But if she gave that honeycomb hideout to a devil, if she gave her cookies to that Caucasian
Slayer,
I cannot go back into that cave after she let a Neanderthal enter it. I cannot do it. She has disrespected her vagina and every female ancestor we've ever had. I don't date women who have had sex with non-African men.
So once again, this is social media, right? It look, what make Dr. Umar shit don't make you, you know what I mean? Like, it's social media. He's socializing. Yeah, he's kicking the hornet's nest and he's ruffling some feathers and whatnot. But it's social media. What else are you gonna do on social media? Social media is about having these conversations that are like taboo, or having these conversations that you know is gonna cause some type of brouhaha. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? That's why I'm on social media. I don't care. I'm not on social media to be super deep and to be, you know what I mean? No, that's not what I'm here for. I don't even know y'all like that. You know what I'm talking about? I don't even know half of the people on social media. And for the people that do know me, they know how I am in real life. They know I'm a funny ass dude. And if we was in the barbershop, I'm talking shit. If we on the block, I'm talking shit. If we in Harlem selling t-shirts, I'm talking shit. You know what I mean? I'm that's what I do. You know what I'm talking about? And we clowning, we playing the dozens. I'm joking on niggas. I'm ranking on you. I'm doing everything to keep myself entertained. And that's what the fuck I'm on social media doing. I'm keeping myself entertained. I don't give a fuck about none of this shit, bro. It's not what the fuck you're not going to figure out. You're not going to find the real me on social media. So don't look for it. Okay? Don't even look for it. Don't waste your time. You want to know the real me? You need to get to know me. You know what I mean? Be an asset. Be an asset, and then we'll figure things out. But other than that, you're just gonna get shit like that. I'm trolling the whole 2024. I'm just letting you know, because people is taking shit personal. You know, they say hit dogs bark. You should see my comment section on that video. The shit is at like 700, bro. People was really in their feels because I was like, yeah, I don't fuck with no chick that was out here swirling and and they like beloved, you wasn't you know, I mean, they like, you know, well, I slept with a white man before, brother. What about you and what you doing? And I'm like, sis, I wasn't saying I was gonna get with you anyway. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I just made a fucking statement. You wasn't in the running in the first place. So what are you talking about? Like, why are you even taking it personal, bro? It's not even for you. You people to be electing themselves like you talking to them personally, and you don't got nothing to do with them. I don't even know you like that. I don't even know you like that. But what I do know is where I'm from, we that's how we get down. When we posting up in Harlem and we see one of y'all walk by with your septum rings and whatnot and your nose and whatnot, and you got locks down in your back, but you were the snow bunny. Yeah, we look at each other and we be like, yo, that shit is disgusting. You know what I mean? That's just us. We're immature. What the fuck? We're not part of the new age. We're not, I'm not no fucking generation Q or whatever that shit. I'm not none of that. I'm from the 70s, bro. I'm old school. We're not trying to see none of that shit. You know what I mean? We not co-signing none of that. I don't care what y'all new wave is about. Y'all on some woke shit. Y'all gonna figure it out one day, but I'm not here for that. We're not here for that. We're not judging, but we definitely are smudging. We not judging, but we like, yo, if you divest yourself, well, stay divested then. Because you're not coming back here. I'm not taking you back because I know what European men be doing with their women. And after that, we don't want you back. We don't want you back. That's sloppy seconds. That's real sloppy. We don't even want you back. No disrespect. That's just how we talk, though. That's just how we talk. You know what I'm saying? That's just how we talk. And unfortunately, they created some shit called the internet. So the internet, you supposed to not talk like how you talk when you're on the block. And I'm not finna do that. I'm gonna keep talking the way that I talk. No disrespect to nobody. You know, we playing dozens. We playing the dozens. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have y'all things that y'all say. We got our things that we say. But we still love you. And to be honest with you, it's really an emotional reaction. It's really some shit where, you know, black men, you know, low key, that's kind of like, you know what I mean? That's kind of like a slap to the face. So I can imagine what black people say when they, you know, black women who probably live on the West Coast, because there's a lot of that on the West Coast, because, You don't have a lot of, I'm not talking about this new generation. Once again, when I speak about New York and when I speak about back in the days, take it from I'm 48 years old, right? I'm not 18 years old. I'm not 28. I wasn't born after 9/11. I'm not one of these new niggas. You know what I'm talking about? I'm speaking about it from the perspective of somebody who grew up in a city where my city is divided. Because some people grow up, we on the internet right now. So niggas is tweeting from Portland. You know what I'm talking about? Motherfuckers is tweeting from Oakland and places. We're not from the same place. So what we witnessed in New York and what we went through and how we grew up in New York, we didn't grow up like how y'all grew up in the West Coast or down south or the Midwest. In New York City, it's segregated. The people, the pale people is over there. They rock what they own. And this is not, this post Ice Spice world where everybody is blended and whatnot, the blended Brooklyn, I ain't talking about that. That's some new shit. That's some new shit. You know what I'm saying? That's some new shit. I'm talking about the original setup. We just didn't, we wasn't, nigga, you couldn't come through Harlem swirling before Bill Clinton came up there, bro. Are you serious? During the Dipset era, that wasn't happening, bro. That just, not to say that something was going to happen to you, because nobody was going to do anything. It's not even that serious. It's just that wasn't what's up. That wasn't a trend, because this is a trend now. This is a trend. Black woman wasn't letting niggas from Yemen knock it down from the corner store. Shout out to all of my Yemenis. Is it called Yemeni? Yemenis? It's not like Japanese where they from Yemen. It's Yemeni. Shout out to my peoples from Yemen, because those are the Akis that make the chopped cheese at the corner store. And I just want to give a shout out to the spirit of Yemen. Very rebel, very soldier-like. They was under the genocide of Saudi Arabia for like 7 years and whatnot. And to see the resilience and to see the backbone and to see the strength in them, they deserve some sisters and whatnot. Y'all go get them niggas some action. You with the septum rings. Go holla at my niggas. I would rather see y'all with a nigga from Yemen, than to see you with Jon Snow. It was a dude from Yemen who gave me, he was the one who, I remember Amir, my son Amir, before he was born, I was looking for his name. I was going crazy. We had name books, African name books. I think the nigga I think Mustafa was in the running and whatnot to be his name. And I went to the corner store and my dude, he threw the name out there. And I was like, wait, what? He was like, Amir, it stands for Prince. And when he said Amir, it just clicked. And I was like, that's it right there. And I ran upstairs and I told his mother, I said, look, I know Mustafa is in the running, you know what I'm saying? And Simba is next. But what about Amir? And the rest is history. That's from the Ox, my nigga. That's from Chopped Cheese Ox right there. They had the AK. You know, them niggas used to show us they AKs and whatnot. They used to show us their AKs. You be dissing African women. You don't diss Jamaicans. First of all, are you talking to me? Personally? Are you talking to me? Because are you talking to me about what Africans am I dissing? But anyway, Akis with the AK-47. They should show us the little Akis, like 3 years old. The AK bigger than them. They would show us all of the pictures of them having the weapons in the mountains and whatnot. So now these is the ones that's holds it. They the ones they got the whole Red Sea. They got that whole area under pressure. I'm talking about big pressure on the Houthis from Yemen. Big pressure. That's corner store Akin. These niggas, they went home and turned up. I know what it is. That's corner store Akin. That Chopped Cheese Akin. Them niggas shooting them motherfucking rocket launchers and drones and whatnot. I ain't dumb. I know that's corner store Ak. They got deported or they went home and they turned up. You know what I'm talking about? They over there playing DJ Clue mixtapes, 50 Cent and all of that. Them niggas, They assimilated very well into our culture. I'm gonna just put it like that. They assimilated very well into nigger culture. The Yemens, they adapted. Those are the niggas of the Middle East. Facts. Those are like the Atlanta niggas of the Middle East. Those are the southern Arabs. They gotta be down south Arabs the way they move. You know what I'm talking about? Where are the Yemen women in New York or LA? No, they be in a crib. They got them. They be up. They be up. They put them up. And they be going after them little shorties in off the block. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? It's a few thotties in Yemen right now raising little ox and shit, little chopped cheese ox. With the he don't got 9 ether, he got 8.5 ether. She from the project. They moved her to Yemen. You know what I'm talking about? Lay that seed and whatnot. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, Yemeni be getting haircuts like us and use the same slang. You see, that's the thing. A lot of y'all, you know what I mean? We need to just bring, we need to, I can't, you know, the Apple, no. Meta has the glasses that you could go live, right? They call Ray-Ban glasses. The camera is on it right here. They got the cameras right here. I can't wait to take you niggas on a New York City 20. I'm gonna do the Kai Cenat. I'm going on a 24-hour live stream where I'm gonna just show y'all real New York, not that fucking trauma porn or that poverty porn where these weirdos be going into the hood and they be having these dudes press up on them and fake, you know, like these fake goons and whatnot, niggas with face tats. Like, yeah, I'm gonna show you where we sell crack. None of that dumb shit. I'm gonna show you the cream of the crop of my city. You know what I'm talking about? I'm gonna show you the responsible part of my city, not poverty porn. You know what I mean? We're not doing that. We're not taking you into the bando and stupid shit. I'm gonna show you I'm gonna show you melanated businesses that are lit. I'm gonna show you interesting characters. I'm gonna show you some outstanding citizens and whatnot, people that are really doing things, because that's what I attract. That's what I attract. And I need y'all to see how the ox get down in New York. Like, it is an interesting thing, because I promise you, a lot of people, as I travel around America, they don't have Akis in Florida like that. They don't got Akis down south. These Akis down south, they not like the New York Akis. They not like these is Indians that I be seeing in Atlanta. These are the red dot Indians. I don't know where they come from, but they not like corner store Ak and them be wearing Pele's motherfucking they be wearing Timbs and whatnot. They with the shit. They smoke Zaza. They got the fucking you know, they got the what's that shit? What's that shit they put on the Zaza? The grabber leaf. Who you think started the grabber leaf? Who you think holding down the grabber leaf? It's chopped cheese Ak in them. It's the Yemenis. It's the Yemeni. So by association, I associate with the Houthis. Like, I can relate to them because I know who they are. I know who they are. They not, I don't have a problem with them. You know who I do got a problem with? Them people that's killing them babies. I can't wait till they get their quote unquote karma. They're gonna get big. They their karma's coming to them so big, y'all. So big. So big. You said they're humble down south. Yeah, I think they they kind of humble. They kind of humble. The Indians, that they don't turn up like the ox in New York do. I guess they kind of intimidated out here. It's too much Negroes. Like, they intimidated in the South, but in New York, they turned up. They are turned. You feel me? You said, does that hit like the toad? What's that? What we talking about exactly? You know? So yeah, man. Shout out to the Yemenis and everything. And you know, back to the conversations about this twirling thing. Now, of course, I put the video up about Umar, and people wasn't excited about, a lot of people was in their feels about that. And I get it. I just didn't know how many of us. It blew me away. I didn't know a lot of the sisters was out here, giving it. You know what I mean? Giving Jon Snow and them a chance. I'm clapping up for y'all, man. Hold on, clap it up. Clap it up. Clap it up. Y'all are so advanced. You know what I'm talking about? My goodness. Y'all are so advanced. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all so fifth dimensional right now. God damn it. Man, clap it up. But how y'all feel about that? I'm wondering. How y'all feel about that? Because Dr. Umar said when they see a sister with a snow bunny or with a snow king, that he feels like, that's damaged goods. And he's like that he won't never date that woman. How you feel about that? I'll take it back. I think that I would I don't know. If I'm on a date and I'm definitely asking those questions. You feel me? It just depends on the date. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. But if I do hear, if she's like, yeah, I've been with about 8 white guys, I'm just gonna go right to Pornhub. My mind is gonna go right to like, damn, I don't think we could, like, I mean, it might be a lost cause at this point because once you go white, you don't go right. You know what I mean? It's a lot of compromising at that point. Like, you feel me? Because they proclivities is weird to me. They got weird proclivities. So I'm like, you said real men heal damaged goods. That's true. That's right. That is definitely true. You feel me? And I do agree with that. Men and women alike, we have healing properties to us. And to not be on, like, all right, cool. I'll be mature for about 3 minutes. There should be like some type of some therapy, like to reinstate the sister back into the, you know what I mean, into the swing of things. You know what I mean? There should be like a re-entry therapy session so we could deal with some healing. You know what I mean? Because that shit could be traumatizing. The same thing when the brothers is too deep into the sunken place with the Beckys and whatnot. If you get back into the swing of things, if you get back into the pool and whatnot, there should be some type of level of detox. There should be some type of level of reorientation back into the divine feminine. She definitely needs a heroic dose. If I was in charge of the clinic, I would definitely everybody, that would be orientation. Like, you would be quarantined and then you would get a heroic dose. What's a heroic dose? A heroic dose is 5 grams of some shrooms to probably break you out of that. You know what I mean? Just to snap you out of whatever spell you might be under, because quite possibly there's levels of spiritual witchcraft that may be taking place. I'm just saying, y'all are learning so many things these days. How would you know? Every day something new is revealed. How would you know? I'm wondering, how would you know that they not spirit cooking you? Both men and women. How would you know? You feel me? How would you know that they're not spirit cooking? You don't really know these things. You don't know your enemy. You don't even see certain things as enemy. You don't know, you're not following the mandates that Dr. Francis Cress Weldon laid out. You're following lust, talking about, oh, love don't have no. How the fuck do you even get into that? I'm like, I get it, but how do you even get in a situation to even bring that shit upon oneself? Like, how do you even get into the gaze of a fucking Neanderthal? I don't get it. But I'll never get it. And it's not really for me to get, because once again, I'm just being closed-minded. The world is very vast, and people are discovering new people. People are discovering new ways of doing things. People are discovering, new options in life. And I'm gonna just keep it a buck, because it is what it is. It's porn. That's what it is. It's pornography that has women running behind white men. It's the porn. It has nothing to do with anything else. It is the pornography. That's where your interest comes from. And that's why y'all out there trying to taste the sausage or the Vienna sausage. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have seen the white man in action and y'all want to test it out. You know what I mean? You want to get gonzoed. You feel me? In the movies, the Disney spell, the princess spell, that shit that Shonda Rhimes and him was doing with the black woman. What's her name? Olivia Pope. You know what I mean? Getting gonzoed by the fake president, the ghetto gaggers. You know what I mean? That's where all of those proclivities. It's more of a, that whole divestment movement is more of a, they I know who some of those leaders are from that movement. I know who the head honchos in those movements are. It's more like a curiosity thing. And I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, this shit crazy. Shit crazy. It ties into the act of hypersexualization, the promiscuity movement. It's a lot of things playing, man. It's not one thing playing right now. And that's not to take away anybody who found divine love, love at first sight, all of that. That shit exists. It's not, I'm not saying anything about that. However, that's a percentage. I think that I feel that the majority and not the minority, I do feel that the majority, it's not necessarily love at first sight. It has a lot to do with this quote unquote backwoods society norms and things of that nature. How is it that after the police started killing black men? How is it after the police started killing black men? How is it after Trump and people started, the other race was, basically having these marches and they're expressing their disdain for us? How is it after all of this that we begin to see a rise in our women going after them? I don't understand. You would think that that would turn you away. But once again, the black man and the black woman in that campaign was crushed. They was crushed. And since 2012 with Trayvon Martin, with Zimmerman, bodying him and whatnot, our image around the world, our faith in one another, and psychologically through the psyops and whatnot, we got crushed and whatnot. So people tend to, and the booty of war is what? It was a war declared on our people. I don't know if y'all understand what that means. Culture war, spiritual war, right? There's a gender war taking place. These are soft wars, though. It's not what you may think or what you deem, because there's so many ways that you could go to war. There's so many ways, and there's so many angles of war that the what you've been taught war is and what you've been taught war looks like. That is the most grossest expression of war. That's the bottom level of the war. War starts on higher principalities. So the war against higher principalities, that shit kicked off around 2012. So you would think that it would bring melanated people closer to each other. But when I seen them twerking in front of the police, I knew what it was. And it goes on the other side too, because, you know, black men, black cadavers, they were ritualized in these quote unquote psyops. The black man, the black cadaver, the black body and whatnot. A dead black man. That's what they built this whole goddamn thing off of in the past 10 plus years. It was on a black body, a black man's body. A black man's body and whatnot. It was the illest ritual that you niggas went through, and you probably don't even realize you went through it. And it's still going down. So you would think that it would be off limits for the other side until we figure this out. No, the opposite happened. More people started swirling. Can you riddle me this? How the fuck does that happen? Right? How does that happen? After the Nazis took over France, the French women started choosing Nazi men heavily, right? And then when USA and the black soldiers came and liberated France, then they started throwing the cooch to the Americans and the black man, right? So what happens with females? What happens with women in war? They start choosing. Y'all can argue with your phone. Don't argue with me. They start choosing. That's why women are the booty of war. Y'all gonna get on the side of whoever won. And that's what happened. Niggas lost that war. We got washed up with the police killings, with Dylan Roof, with Zimmerman. I'm talking about the shit was nonstop. Y'all all right now. Y'all not patting your weaves right now, but during that psyop, people was losing their fucking shit, bro. People was losing their shit. The anxiety was crazy. People's I seen edges falling out and whatnot. Motherfuckers was remember pre-conditions before the C-19 came. People had pre-existing conditions. Those pre-existing conditions was exasperated over the last 8 years because people were being subjected, grannies, aunties, and mamas and whatnot was being subjected to all of this Black Death. Nonstop. And you talk about millions of people watching lynchings as opposed to back in the days, it was only thousands of people that probably seen our brothers and sisters hanging and whatnot. But the digital lynching that was on your phone and whatnot, and Facebook and YouTube was pushing the algorithm directly to you. You were being put underneath a level of psyops that we have never seen ever before because we never had social media. We didn't have social media. This is a new thing. This is something new. So what was the fallout? What was the fallout? Because all psyops have a fallout. What is the shadow of that? The shadow of that is that we got abandoned. We got abandoned. Okay, we got abandoned, right? Because they want security, they want safety. And when the black man was proven that he can't protect his woman, we got abandoned, y'all. They jumped ship. That the fucking septum rings ran off on us, and they went to the other side in private and whatnot. Then all of these photos started popping up, y'all in Greece and shit like that. And I'm not talking about y'all in it. You know, this is nothing personal. This is nothing personal. Hit dogs bark. And I'm not taking no personal shots. I'm just saying that the explosion of women and sugar daddies, that shit took off. How did that happen? Y'all went with the same old white men because, you know, people be like, man, red pill, you're a racist. You got to get over it. This new generation, you know, we don't have anything to do with it. We grew up to MC Hammer. But y'all running around with 80-year-old white men, though. The fuck you talking about? Who the hell is taking y'all to Greece? Y'all with the white man who had John Lewis and them niggas in Selma under pressure. What are you talking about? You not with young white men. You with fucking George Clooney and them. You know what I'm talking about? These are niggas that was hanging your grandparents. And this who you went with? This who you rolling with? This is your security plan? This your security blanket? I'm perplexed. I'm perplexed. You understand? I'm perplexed. Whenever I see a sister with an old fucking peckerwood, man, fellas, don't go on vacation thinking that you about to see a sea of black beautiful women with black men. That's not happening. You go out this country and you're gonna see what the fuck been going down. You're gonna see who holding all of them cameras while they coming around showing pictures by themselves. You're gonna see it. It's gonna turn your stomach sick. The shit that they doing is looking like prostitution to me, y'all. That's what that shit is looking like. Pure prostitution. And I hate that for y'all. I hate that for y'all. I hate that for y'all. It's a horrible look. You know, it's a horrible look. It's a horrible look. No other woman is running around the world looking like that. It's crazy. So I understand why Umar is ruffling feathers. I understand why Umar is out here ruffling feathers and he hitting these goddamn dogs that are barking. I get it. I get it. I'm not going to cry about it. I'm not going to be immature about it. I'm going to tell the men that it is an emergency. You feel me? It's an emergency. And we have to figure out what it is that we're going to do, right, to get our women back, bro. I think that's what the conversation, instead of us, always arguing and going back and forth and just saying what we want, and talking crazy. We talk crazy to each other because, we haven't fixed because one of the main things that would keep black men happy forever is if we are able to settle these issues that we have with our sisters, y'all. We got to make this shit right. We cannot ignore it. And I'm talking to myself too. I'm not preaching to y'all. I'm talking to myself. We got to find a middle ground and figure this shit out because it's no fun. It is no fun alone. Like, you think this shit is going to be fun by yourself? If you're not able to be with your divine quote, and it's so many divine reflections that it's like it would be almost egregious if you're gonna look over a whole sea of goddesses. You're gonna look over a whole sea of non-ether. You're gonna look over a whole sea of shea butter. You're gonna look over a whole sea of golden melanin, of chocolateness, to be like, excuse me, this is like, imagine a movie where there was like 10,000 women on the beach, right? And they all looking like Bernice Burgos or whatever her name is. They all looking all, what's the other one? Bria Miles. And you feel me? They just looking scrumptious. And here you go with your black ass. You walking through all of them. Excuse me. Move out of the way. Excuse me. Like you bottle service. Like you bottle service. You feel me? All to pull up on Celine Dion, nigga. All of that to pull up on Celine Dion with all of these sisters in front of you. You feel me? Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah. That ain't it. That ain't it. Yeah, Bria Miles. a whole beach full of Bria Miles, and you know what I mean, and all of that. That ain't it. So yeah, I'm clowning and I'm acting all buffoonish and everything because hey, it's Thursday. You know what I'm talking about? But ultimately, at the end of the day, if you really want to get serious about it, yeah, we need to, brothers. There's nothing that we can do but get our shit right and get back up. We can't stun on them. We can't stun on them. We can't leave them. We can't necessarily divest ourselves. So the only thing that we really can do at this point is try to figure out, yo, what is it that they need? You know what I mean? Because I heard a sister say some slick shit like, oh, I ain't never have a man love on my afro like my Snow King because the brothers wasn't doing it for me. And I'm like, yo, brothers, let's have this conversation about, I don't know what the word romantic is because I divorced myself from Roman antics a long time. I don't do Roman antics. But brothers, we should definitely have that conversation. We should, I mean, where's the studs at? Like they could teach us some things too. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to all the studs and whatnot. They be knowing. The studs got the cheat code. You know what I'm talking about? The studs got the motherfucking cheat code. They could sit down and tell black men how to treat these black women in an elite way. In an elite way. Because they pull up with some elite shit with them, yo. I don't know what book they be reading, but they got some fucking they got the cheat code. They got the cheat code. I'm not being with anyone who wants to look down at me. You feel me? The studs be beating their ass, right? Yo, I heard the most domestic violence is from the studs. God damn. I heard the most, yeah, the studs be going in, smacking you with them strap-ons and whatnot. You feel me? You know, yeah, they get violent and whatnot. I seen a stud clothesline a shorty on a train before. I just didn't know that that was a thing. You know what I mean? I just didn't know that that was a thing. But what I do know is that they must have the cheat code. You feel me? They got the cheat code. They don't miss no birthdays. They don't miss no. They don't miss nothing. They don't. If a sister got a raise, my nigga, they pulling up with the motherfucking bouquet of flowers, nigga. They don't miss birthdays. They don't miss anniversaries. They don't miss raises and whatnot. I think they must have a stud hotline that just helps them out because, god damn it, how did they know? You know what I'm talking about? How do they know? You know what I'm saying? They got the cheat code. They got the street code. They got cheat codes. You know what I'm talking about? You said they'd be wilder than a Diddy party. you know. But we're gonna have conscious connections. I'm gonna be very intentional about that. I know that I talked about it a lot in 2023. I was going through, just what the fuck. I was just going through life, and I wasn't able to commit because to build that app is gonna take a lot of my time, and it's gonna take a lot of resources and whatnot. We do have venues in Atlanta that we're locking down, and we do have some things on the table that is, the ink isn't dried on the paper yet, but we will be doing meetups, and we will be doing something like a speed, like not really speed dating, because we don't want you to speed through these things. What we do want you to do is we want you to find your divine reflection. I feel that if there's anything that this community and this network needs to really function at a pace that they haven't functioned as of yet, is the divine connection, because I know a lot of people are looking for that, and when they receive that, then they will basically be empowered to be the best versions of themselves, because at the end of the day, as sentient light beings having a human experience, there is no more of a divine experience than the experience of love and connectivity. There's nothing that trumps that. That's why it is sacred. You know, that's why it's sacred. But we need to have more conversations. You feel me? You know, allow me to be silly, because that's just my way of coping. That's my coping mechanism, is to be silly. I laugh so I don't have to cry. We don't like to see some of the things that we see. Y'all have every right to say what y'all don't like to see. We are confused sometimes because we feel like women, y'all let everything pass. So we don't realize that, you know, it's like, how you gonna be mad at me and you walking with a nigga that got a silky Hawaiian with a beard? I don't get it. Like, if you see a nigga walking with a Becky and whatnot, how you mad at him? But sis, you walking with a whole man, he holding a poodle, right? And he got a BBL. Like, so we just feel sometimes that y'all let a lot of shit slide. So y'all wasn't really, you know, y'all wasn't caring about niggas swirling. You know what I mean? We was like, what the fuck does she care? You know what I mean? She understands what it is. But but apparently, you know what I mean? Apparently, y'all have an issue with that. Y'all don't like to see that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't like to see that. So we got to have these conversations. You know what I mean? We got to have these conversations. Rumor has it that the younger generation, like my son is 16 and whatnot, they said that the younger generation, they're really adamant about knocking down Becky's and shit like that. They was like, the younger generation have made their mind up, and they like, yo, the trophy is a Becky or something Spanish. You feel me? And I would say that hip hop played a large part in that, quote unquote, you know, in that it's a program. I would say that hip hop played a large part and whatnot in that program. You feel me? You said the dog got no, the dog don't got a BBL. The nigga holding the dog got a BBL. Remember, I used to live in Harlem. And I say it, I'm gonna say it now, and I said it before. Me personally, because I don't live in Midtown Atlanta. I'm on the outskirts. I don't live in the city. I'm like, nobody really lives in the city of Atlanta. Niggas is all on the outskirts. I don't see the shit that they talk about. Atlanta's the gay capital. Maybe the women, I don't see the men like that. I saw more in Harlem, right? I saw more in one day of Harlem that I seen in the last 2 years in Atlanta. I promise you, on everything, on God. Harlem was crazy, bro. You have no idea. Harlem was crazy. It was a true zest fest over there. So, you know, you know, when it comes to, I know where it came from with the youth. You know what I'm saying? It was in the lyrics. It's in the rap videos. You feel me? It's kind of out, but you know, we gotta figure out how to get these children off that you know, back into back into these sisters, these young boys. Oh, go to Lenox Mall. No, I know where to stay away from. I'm not gonna look for these niggas. You don't talk about, once again, if you live in the A, you don't get subjected to, it's like 5 different, like there's one Atlanta, and it's like 6 or 7 worlds in one Atlanta, right? So you be knowing what to avoid. Like, I'm not going to Lenox on the weekends because I know that they took over the mall and whatnot, and that's theirs. I'm not gonna get caught in the mall on a weekend because it's a zest fest. It's the Zest Fest. I'm not gonna go there. You know what I mean? I don't be in the proximity of certain things. Like, if I don't want to get, you didn't know that Lil Wayne hated women. Well, then I would say to you, You should do more research, family. You don't need me to tell you that. You know, just listen to his lyrics. We talked about Lil Wayne last night when I was with the brother Illosophical. I was being interviewed on YouTube by my good brother Illosophical, and we was breaking down some of the hip hop shit. And I was explaining that the younger generation, not my generation, the generation, these niggas that were born after the towers fell, right? They was born after 9/11. Their Jay-Z was Lil Wayne. Their Jay-Z was Lil Wayne, and Lil Wayne, he was the one, he was the sex ed teacher for for these 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. That's who their sex ed teacher was. Little fucking Wayne, Dwayne Carter, who was out there kissing his adopted father on the lips. Right? Y'all don't understand what this shit. If you don't know, then hey, I'm not gonna tell you, bro. You got more studying to do. If you don't know that this little nigga hate women, you got a lot more studying to do, and I don't got nothing to say. You understand? This nigga hates women. Okay? Straight like that. And the fact that he grew up so many young men, but he was out there getting kissed on by another man. What did that do to these young men? It made them zesty. It made them say, so you got niggas out here getting topped from trannies, and they like, nah, I ain't gay. That's that Lil Wayne effect. That's that Lil Wayne effect. You know what I'm talking about? He hated women so much that he saturated the airwaves, and he brought a level of perversion rap that we've never heard before. Okay? That we've never heard before, bro. People are so numb that they don't even realize what the fuck they be listening to and what be going on and whatnot. But once again, like I say, if you was born after 9/11, or if you was born after a certain period, it's like coming into the movie when the shit is 3 hours in, bro. Lil Wayne said Birdman brought hookers in the studio to rape him. Okay? So he got raped by an older woman first, and then they turned him out. The men turned him out. What are you talking about? You niggas never been to New Orleans. You don't know how they get down. You don't know about what's the Big Frida and whatnot. You don't know about the homo thug shit that be going down there. Come on, man. They raped him. That's what the strip. He was a little boy, and they gave him neck, and he said that he didn't want that. He was not. He was embarrassed and whatnot. He got raped. Okay. He got thrown into a very fast life at a very young age by some men who are highly questionable at the end of the day, because they don't have problems kissing other men on the lips and stuff like that. I mean, hey. Mr. Baby, who walks around with KY jelly in his pocket all the time. Come on, man. I didn't say that that's all of y'all. I never said that. I never said that. You know what I'm saying? Who the hell would think that that's the whole? Nah, hell nah. But we know that it exists. The same way that it exists in New York City with the Bambadas and all of them. We know that it exists. And that young man got turned out, bro. Not just on Rap City. Gilly blew it up. They openly did it on Rap City. But y'all niggas still followed him. And you still called him the greatest rapper alive. And you still, what would Lil Wayne do? You got face tats like Lil Wayne. You niggas grew your locks like Lil Wayne. You started wearing tight pants like Lil Wayne. You started skateboarding like Lil Wayne. Guess what else you did like Lil Wayne? You got to be careful who you living vicariously through. I don't care how good the rhymes are. And then Lil Wayne is like Stripe and the Gremlins, right? Lil Wayne is like Stripe and the Gremlins. He gives birth to variants of Lil Wayne. Who's the variant? Young Thug, who tried to kill him. That's how far he was willing to take it, to basically eat this nigga's energy and be his clone. He tried to kill him on a tour bus with little Pee Wee in them. Come on, man. Y'all need to come outside a little more. Y'all need to come outside a little more and really figure out, like really know the history of this rap shit that you are a part of. You got to know the history of the art form or the culture that you claim in your own. But the gremlin that popped out of that nigga Lil Wayne's back was Young Thugger Thugger. And then the gremlins that popped out of his back was a whole bunch of other weird niggas. You understand? That's how this shit devolves. Little Nas X pops out. He's a gremlin that comes out of that strain right there. Come on, man. Y'all don't know that? Y'all don't know that? These little men was on dope. I was there. I seen them. Y'all wasn't there. I was right there in the hotel lobby. I was there with them. They was on dope. They was young on heroin, bro. These niggas was dope addicts. Straight like that. Not. This is 1999 we talking about. This is 1998. These little niggas was on dope. Baby and them had BG on dope. They had them on dope, real dope, like heroin. You got to be careful who you live vicariously through, because that can affect your thoughts and your decision making. Life is about decisions, right? Life is about decisions. You can make a decision and regret that for life and whatnot, and won't never be able to come back from the decision that you make. Life is about decisions. It's all about decisions. But who's influencing those decisions is the $1,000,000 question. Who is influencing those decisions? Who's influencing those decisions? You gotta ask yourself those questions. So these rappers people grew up listening to Wayne. So the lyricism was top tier. You feel me? And a lot of other things was there. So motherfuckers was just encapsulated. Oh, I'm riding for Wayne. That's the Southern Jay-Z. You know what I mean? That's us against them. Oh, Lil Wayne. Oh, that's, you know what I mean? He's the truth. He's going to take over the rap game, right? Once again, you could rally and root for an artist, but there's a thin line between rallying behind an artist and then there's the trying to become that artist, right? Trying to become that artist, or trying to incorporate yourself into that artist's artistry, or trying to walk in that artist's shoes so you could unlock some of the superpowers that artist is exhibiting in their lyrical prowess. So it's like, I gotta drink lean and pop pills because I want to be as ill as this artist, right? So then that's when you start seeing niggas popping up with the double cups and whatnot. Why was there such an influx of double cups amongst the younger generation? Because they wanted to tap into whatever the secret sauce that had Lil Wayne rapping like that, right? Same thing when you see Future with the double cup. He know marketing. He understands market. This is a wise man. This Future. He's a wise man coming out of the Dungeon family. He's a wise man playing dumb. There's a few people out there like that, but definitely Future. He's a wise man playing dumb because the money is where the dumb people are at, right? So people play dumb. They play the chitlin circuit and they dumb themselves down because it's dumb. You know, they getting that dumb money. They getting that dumb money. Yeah, Bum B was playing dumb. That nigga, there's nobody in the world playing more dumb than Plies. If anybody knows how Plies is when the camera is off, there's no rapper that dumbs themselves down more than Plies and Little John. Okay. Yeah, they was crushing on Lil Wayne. Now they crushing on Young Boy. A lot of homoeroticism taking place. You feel me? A lot of it. So these young boys is getting turned out by just following flawed niggas. They getting turned out just by following a flawed nigga. You understand? It's happening vicariously just from following a flawed rapper who's not really in their true proper persona. Okay. So the character that they decide that they portray is not a character. So it's like, why isn't it a piece of shit doesn't play a character where they're an uplifting character? Like, why can't a person of bad character say, I'm gonna get into the role and be a better, I'm a role play and I'm gonna become a character, and that character is gonna become a smart man with great integrity. Why don't they ever do that? No. What they do is they're men of integrity or men of character who decide that they want to role play as somebody of poor character and poor integrity. That's what you see in a lot of these rappers. Don't ask me why they do that. I don't know. But what I would say and what I would quote unquote, my theory of it would be is that it just might be ignorance is bliss, and it's easier to be dumb. It's easier to be dumb and to play the fool. It's easier to play the fool. And that is what you see in people like Future and whatnot, who don't even do drugs. And all he rap about is doing drugs. So when you see him with the double cup, he was emulating. When you saw 2 Chainz, when he turned into when Titty Boy turned into 2 Chainz, right? And he co-opted Wayne's flow, double cup, right? Jules Santana, double cup, right? All of these niggas was double cupped up trying to follow in Lil Wayne's footsteps, and they became addicts themselves. Right? These niggas, you hear them on a podcast talk about, yeah, I was addicted. I was messed up, bro. My stomach is fucked up right now. I was addicted to lean. I was addicted to pills. I was addicted to coke. I was addicted to crack. I was addicted to heroin, opiates. That's what they out there saying. You know what I'm saying? Does anybody know what it does to your body? Is anybody here? Have you ever nursed somebody who was addicted to lean, who was pooping? You know what I mean? Who had all kind of constipation, and I mean the side effects for that shit right there, bro. The medical side effects to that shit right there is crazy. Just to do what? To lean, to look cool, and to rap slow. Y'all doing all of that. You could have just slowed the fucking beat down. Why would anybody do that to themselves? Why? You know? You said righteous is made to look lame. Of course it is. When the people who were initially righteous decided that they wanted to role play and they wanted to play the role of the unrighteous in order to get favor, right? From these knuckle draggers. Yeah, you could have just chopped and screwed that shit. Yeah, ASAP was on a double cup, and then ASAP was on a double cup, and that was in 2013, right? He brought up, and all of the other young artists that was copying the ASAP algorithm or the ASAP swag or the ASAP aesthetics and whatnot What did they start doing? Wearing vintage clothes, because that's what ASAP Yams. It's not ASAP Rocky. It's ASAP Yams. Rest in peace. He was the brains, the Svengali, or what they call the Yoda behind the whole movement. It was not ASAP Rocky. Henceforth, while when ASAP Yams died from what? Lean overdose. He had an overdose, right? That whole shit fell off. All of the creativity fell off. Yeah, homie is hanging on by a fucking string and whatnot. But they fell off in terms of the creativity that they were paving the way. They were paving the way. You know? They were paving the ASAP and them was paving the way. And you know, Yams died. And now he's just floating and lingering. He doesn't have what it takes to live up to what Yams was doing for him. He don't got that shit was lost. You know what I mean? Yeah, we could go down the name of all of these rappers that died of overdoses. Flatbush Zombies, they chilling. I be chopping it up with Juice. The Underachievers, they chilling and whatnot. You know what I mean? They went to the West Coast and got with some Beckys. That's what happened to a lot of these niggas. They go to Coachella, you know what I mean? And they get kidnapped. Travis Scott got kidnapped. You know what I'm talking about? You got billionaire Becky's out here kidnapping niggas. You feel me? They do the California tour. They go on the Pacific shit where they drive through the beach and they meet these fucking surfing Beckys, these blonde hair surf Beckys, and it's over. Them niggas, goodbye. You know what I'm talking about? Goodbye. Yeah, Capital Steez. 2011 when peso changed everything. Is that Peso Pluma you talking about? What peso you talking about? Lean has a long history in Philly. They would mix it Xannies and call it syrup and pancakes. I remember that. You feel me? I remember that. You know, they was smoking that wet too, real heavy. They was smoking that embalming fluid. Rocky is with the alpha female. Riri saved that nigga. You damn right she did. Riri saved that nigga. He was couch surfing. This nigga was going, he was lingering. She came and she threw that nigga. Oh, the single Pesos. Okay. I thought you talking about Peso Pluma. Am I gonna put the live replays on Patreon? Oh, for sure. You know? Yeah, well, it wasn't even Peso. What was the song with the white girl when he had the bottom fronts and he had the white girl? Purple Drink. You feel me? Purple Drink was what popped them off, right? And I remember seeing the white girl with the bottom fronts in the Purple Drink video, and niggas was not bringing white girls in the videos like that, especially white girls that look, she like an Abercrombie and Fitch model. They wasn't doing that before Rocky and them popped back up with the, I'm talking about, not to say it never happened before that, but the impact of ASAP Rocky and them on youth culture is, you know, I mean, I don't have to tell y'all the youth. Some of y'all you understand what it was. This is before Odd Future. Odd Future was super odd when ASAP and them came out. They was like throwing up pills and they was real anti everything. The Tyler the Creator, he wasn't even all the way in his bag at first. You feel me? So Trump saved them up in Sweden. Yeah. The Woolies, not the Woodies, the Woolies, the Coke and the they were sprinkling Coke and weed and whatnot. That's what the big Willies and the OGs used to smoke. That's why they became crackheads, because they were smoking cocaine The shit that Trick Daddy and them niggas be in opium in the fucking clubs in Miami on the beach smoking. The shit smell super bad. It smells like it's sweet smell, but it stink as fuck. You ever smell somebody smoking cocaine? It's not a good smell, bro. You know? Yeah, that's them Tumblr days. Remember that? That's them Tumblr days. You know? So, you know, I'm always with and to be honest, and the funny thing, oh, shout out to Vince Staples. Yeah, I seen the Woolies and the Leaky Leak. Like, just think for a moment about that right there. The Woolies and the Leaky Leak. That was the fentanyl of our day. Okay, that was the fetty of our day. That was the lean of our day. To the like, I smoked angel dust one time, right? Fucking around, following AA Rashid. I'm like 14 years old or 15 years old. And bro, you know, I've had some situations with narcotics that was unpleasant. I'm not a person that I would say that I'm, you know, I don't have a proclivity to hard drugs like that. That's just not my genetic makeup. I'm not. I know some niggas that could hit crack and just function. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I know people that can hit hard drugs, niggas that be sniffing lines like they Scarface and they could function. I don't fuck with none of that hard shit. You look at my face. I'm too, you know what I mean? I'm too self-conscious to be on some hard ass drugs. But I did hit the fucking angel dust thinking that it was weed back in the days. And that shit it sent me to Pluto and back. You know what I'm talking about? It sent me to Pluto and back, bro. I literally was down for about 2 weeks. I think I slept for 2 days straight. Facts. Actually, I slept. My mom thought I was dead. I slept for literally 2 days straight, bro. That shit had me. You remember Friday, nigga, with Smokey, nigga, fuck up. I was in the chicken coop for real. So with that being said, my mentality is like, what the fuck is these niggas' brains built out of if they smoke this like a cigarette? You know, like Wu-Tang, Staten Island niggas, and like I'm talking about like Supreme, you know, these old school OGs that was throwing dudes off the roof. They was different because of what they were into. They was into angel dust and they was smoking woolies. That's what made them evil like that. You understand? That's what made them evil like that. And that's what made them basically, you know, they don't have the right, their brains is not the same, bro. Their brains are not the same. I'm very wary of anybody that smokes that shit. Cause it's like if if it did to me what it did, I'm looking at niggas like, fam, what's going on with you? Like, why you not messed up? You know what I'm talking about? What the hell? So yeah, I don't, bro. Stay far away from all of that crazy shit. Like, there's nothing to gain from any of that stuff. Just stay sober as a cat, bro. You don't want to walk around this matrix slipping. You don't want to defocalize and take any of these substances in 2024 to go where? Where you escaping to? Where you going? Please riddle me that. Niggas are smoking crack to go where? Nigga, I ain't with it. I ain't co-signing it. You know what I mean? You know what I co-sign. As far as I go is the boomies and the shrooms, and that's as far as I go. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't going for it. And I'm not judging nobody. People do what they do and whatnot. You know what I'm talking about? Like, people been through a lot, and you know, I mean, but god damn it, that ain't conscious, you know. They got high to rob, steal, and murk folks. Bro, you are absolutely correct. You are so correct. Before they started going on thrill kills, like they doing with the Xannies and the perk 30s these days, They was doing that with the angel dust. I'm talking about this shit was turning niggas into some heartless killers, bro. You know, they was turning them into heartless killers. And you wouldn't be safe around them because whatever they turn in, it's like altered beasts. Whatever they turned into, or whoever they summoned, whatever entity that they were summoning, it was not them. It wasn't the person that you knew before they hit that motherfucking drug. So be very careful, y'all. Be very mindful, y'all, about hanging out with some of these people who be on hard drugs and your ass is sober and you not into shit like that, and they slip something in your drink, or they pass you a L that's laced and whatnot, or they try to fuck with you because once again, you dumbing yourself down to be around knuckle draggers, and when they get a whiff of your greatness, they do everything in their power to sabotage it. They're mad at you that you around them. They're like, shit, if this nigga is around us, he don't realize who he or she is. We gonna just do them dirty and whatnot. They're not gonna hold you up. You dumbed yourself down to be around them. You know? You dumbed yourself down to be in their presence. So the reward that you get for that is that they spike your drink, or they pass you a lace blunt, or they kill you. That's what happens in situations like that, because they don't even have the they don't have the contextual apparatus to see the greatness in you. You understand? They're more so complex, that they're more so perturbed that you, right, who don't belong in that circle, right? You don't belong there. You are the quote unquote standout. You're the standout. They're not the standout. They belong exactly where you found them. They belong they didn't come to find you. You went and found them. They're looking around at each other like, God damn it, what the fuck is he or she doing around us? Well, if that's the case, right, I'm gonna handle you. We're gonna show you what the benefits of being with lower frequency energy is, and they're gonna sting you, they're gonna bite you, or they're gonna make you feel like, why the fuck did I even subject myself to this nigga shit? You would fare better, and you would be safer, and you would be less traumatized if you were to practice being with yourself until you can attract frequencies that match your own. Please stop handing yourself over to these niggas. You understand? Please. You're handing yourself over to them on a platter. You're handing yourself over to them. You're a whole 7-course meal to these energy vampires, to these parasites, to these demons. You're literally handing it. It's almost like, imagine if a burger drove itself to somebody's house and was, you know what I mean, it Uber eated itself. You're literally a meal that you're like Uber eating yourself. You're delivering yourself to somebody to feast on. Stop doing that. Stop doing that, y'all. You feel me? It don't look good on us. We don't even deserve these things that are happening to us when we subject ourselves to people who really low-key hate us. You know? Yes, drawn like moths to a flame. Just because somebody comes around don't mean nothing. Just because somebody compliments you, it don't mean nothing. Just because somebody's attracted and attached to you, it don't mean nothing. It doesn't mean that they have you in their best interest, and it doesn't mean that that's your savior, and it damn sure don't mean that that's your best friend. You know what I'm talking about? You just got to stop doing these things, y'all. And if you have to just be in seclusion and just fall back until things begin to make more sense, then you should do that. But I'm here to let you know that these demons are attracted to your light, and they are on assignment, whereas you may not be. But I'm here to let you know that the minute you show up around them, they're on assignment. They have an assignment, and that assignment is to take your ass down. That's the assignment, to take you down and not let you back up. They benefit none on your greatness. Your greatness is a threat to them. You can't pull them out of the grave. How many people in the rap game be having these entourages and they all complain about the fact that niggas is pulling them down? They try to bring them up. You can't bring everybody up. You can't pull niggas out of the graves like that. You're not that strong. You just got out the fucking grave. How you gonna pull somebody out the grave and your ass ain't even out the grave? You can't do it. So we out here trying to save people like we motherfucking Mother Teresa. You know what I mean? Like we nurses and whatnot. And that's not what we here to do. You know what I'm saying? All of you niggas are not nurses. You should be saving yourself. You should be saving yourself, and you should draw the line, and you should make yourself less accessible, right? And you should set boundaries. Your presence is a present. Your presence is a present. They are going to be attracted to your lights. But if they don't bring light as well, if their light is not a reflection of your light, then they are going to feast on your light. Your light is an energy. You know? Your light is an energy. They ain't got the master grip. Your feet got to be firmly planted to pull the master grip or the lion's paw. You got people literally halfway out the grave trying to lion grip a nigga and getting pulled all the way down. Nobody's to say to hide. Do not hide, Dennis. Do not hide. Shine your light is bright. But what I will share with you is when you do shine that light, ooh, you got to be prepared for them damn gnats to pull up. When you shine your light, you have to know that that is a declaration of war. Okay? When you shine that light, you got to understand what comes with it. They're going to come after you shine that light. That light is almost like a lighthouse. That light is almost like a lighthouse, to whereas you're telling them where you're showing yourself. You're showing yourself. So be prepared to, when you shine your light, be prepared to who pulls up, like a lighthouse. And then they have to watch and see what ships pull up. And then they got to inspect those ships. And they got to make sure that those ships are not the wrong ships. Yeah. Shine your light. Shine your light. But like, you better be a bug zapper with that light. That's right. Shine it. But be very, very mindful about who you have around you and your circumference and who you are attracting with that light. Because they want that light. They want that light. You feel me? And we've all seen what individuals look like when they lose the light. We've all seen Hollywood actors and actresses, they got the light taken from them. Shout out to Tiffany Haddish. We've all seen people who we knew growing up who had that glow and they had that light, and they got compromised and they don't have it anymore, right? There's some people in my neighborhood who got turned into fiends and whatnot, and they lost their glow, and they lost their luster, and they lost their light. They were like page, what was that? Page 43, Jet magazine models, right? They were like page 4. They were like Jet magazine models. I mean, I've said it before. The most beautiful generation, right, that I remember, who came out of the 70s and whatnot. Like when my parents was, when my dad was like in his 20s and shit like that, and just based off of the pictures that I see, just based off of the evidence, that everybody was glowing when they had the afros and everything. They were illuminating that generation. But that generation is the crackheads of the next day, of the next era, right? That generation got worn down and turned out, compromised by deadly substances. Yeah, the beauty of the week in the Jet magazine. You feel me? So, hopefully that wasn't too heavy and whatnot. I don't want to, I don't try to be too heavy on people, but that was a download, and that was just something that had to be said. You feel me? But y'all are shining out there. Y'all are shining out there. I see y'all. You feel me? I see y'all on social media. I see y'all in real life. I see y'all at the festivals. I see you at the lectures. I see you at the vegan restaurants. You know what I mean? People are living good. They shining. They're literally blossoming. You feel me? They're literally blossoming. Y'all are blossoming like flowers. You know what I mean? The information, the lifestyle change, the reiteration of the fact that it's gonna be all right. The loss of, I would say that consciousness brings about anxiety, and it could bring about depression. However, it could also heal anxiety, and it could also heal depression, because once again, there's stages to this shit. So yes, you are gonna go through certain things in your initial stages. The same way that if we was in the armed services and you was in basic training, there's certain strenuous activities and exercises that people who went through it, they already know what you're going to go through. So there's nothing that they could do for you but to give you the advice to help you through it, right? But we know what we're looking at when we see it and whatnot. So yeah, there's people that's going through shit, things of that nature. But hey, it's just part of what you signed up for. Nobody said that this was going to be easy. Nobody said that this was a walk in the park. Nobody promised you that this was going to be a quote unquote cakewalk. Almost the opposite is what we see. This task, or this quote unquote decision that we made to take the red pill, it came with consequences. And those consequences is almost akin to having 1,000 pounds of weight on your shoulder. That's what this really is. This is not supposed to be easy. This is strenuous. This is almost akin to being in the gym, y'all. This is mental exercising. You know what I'm saying? This is breaking through and not breaking down. You feel me? This is build and destroy. You were to destroy something in order to build something new. So how, Sway, how could it be a walk in the park? How could it be just, oh, this is too much? Well, that might mean that you're making progress. We just don't got nobody to hold your hand. So for the ones that have somebody to hold their hands, yeah, you might not go through what the average person is going through. You might not even be able to relate. You might be like, what they going through? They going through life on their own, and it ain't easy. You feel me? It ain't easy because they might be surrounded by pure knuckle draggers and people who don't understand them, don't respect them, don't appreciate them. Shit could be heavy, bro. It could be heavy, but you gotta push through, and it's almost like being in the gym and whatnot. That last push, that last rep and whatnot, have you wobbly like, but once you push it, once you push it, yeah, you pushed it. You know what I mean? And you good. Yeah, Scorpio's purged by fire. That's a fact. That's a fact. We throw ourselves in the fire sometimes. You know, we throw ourselves in the fire sometimes. You've been feeling that weight more and more lately. Think about it. Let's just think about what's going on the planet right now and why that weight is heavy on your shoulders. The video with Cat Williams is at 50 million the last time that I looked. Somebody might have a more recent count and you can let me know what the numbers are at. What does that necessarily mean outside of the fact that Cat Williams is super viral and, you know, his Dark Matter tour is going to be sold out? What that means is that there's a lot of new people that just got woken up out of their slumber by Cat Williams of all people. You know what I mean? Man, I have mega support and it's still heavy. I get on myself about that, but it's my journey. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Okay? Because I could relate. So let's talk about it, because if we're not talking about it, then who is? They're going to talk about you and we're going to talk about it. Okay? So one of the things that can help us what we're going through is the same way that if we was in some type of therapy class, if we was in a sisterhood, brotherhood class, if we was in AA or NA together, we got to come together and talk about these things. You don't have nobody to talk to about it, so it becomes more heavier. When you get that weight off of your shoulders, it's like having a dope conversation with a loved one. It's like having a dope conversation with somebody who you wasn't talking to, and y'all hash it out, and y'all have one of the dopest conversations, and then you feel all of this weight lift up off of your shoulders and all of this stress release, and you're like, yo, I could breathe again. That's why we got to come together and have these conversations, whether in public or private and whatnot, because at the end of the day, we need each other. I can't go, well, my household is different. I could go in my household and have conversations about consciousness in my household because it's just, you know, it's a pro-conscious household. Everybody don't got that. Everybody don't have somebody to turn to kick it and whatnot and chop it up to. So it's important that we have these heart to hearts and that we be real about what's going on in our journey and whatnot, because at the end of the day, you're going through something unique that nobody can relate to because they never went through no shit like that, and they're not going through no shit like that. So with 51 million views, there's at least 5 million new people out there who are asking questions and seeking answers. There's a new student body in the school, quote unquote, yard. Everybody's not a teacher, but I'm under the assumption that all 200 plus people in the building tonight, you know, you would consider yourself to be on that path, right? You would consider yourself to be on that path and whatnot. So by being on that path, we do have somewhat of a responsibility. And I've said on many occasions that you would fare better if you were to focus on people who not look like you, but are on your same frequency, who basically eat at the same table that you eat from. Okay. So you would fare better to break bread at the table with the people who eat the same food that you eat. And what I mean by that is that we eat from the same tree of knowledge together. We eat from the same tree of knowledge. We could understand certain things. We could understand. We're almost telepathic and whatnot. We could somewhat read each other's thoughts and whatnot. We could relate to certain things, and you know, we are on similar frequencies. So there's a new student body. This one, they want to rise up, they want to learn, they're curious and whatnot. So that's when that weight starts feeling like, oh shit, I got work to do. There's a whole new fucking student body of people that I have to basically unplug and get right and point in a certain direction and to drop gems on and to help this and to help. That's a lot, yo. Y'all might think it's not, that's a lot. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot. Your boss is diagnosed with ADHD. This motherfucker jealous of my light. She sees all the energy and power. I'm glad I have high. Yeah, shine. Yeah, blinder. Yeah, I'm talking about. You're just gonna have to blind her. Never turn down your light. Never turn down your light because it's too bright. Do not compromise. Don't code switch on your light. Do not code switch on your lights. Nobody is deserving of you turning down your light like that. Does semen retention help creating an album? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I would say 100%. Your creativity will be boosted. You will be able to cure yourself a writer's block if you're able to, you know, practice some type of discipline. Yes. Seeing Diddy fall and all of the celebrities exposed is a real awakening for the Nagas. Facts. This, I mean, I know we talked about the Diddy thing earlier with Diego and whatnot, and I didn't even finish saying what happened and whatnot. They basically are in control of Ciroc and Diego, and he decided to drop the lawsuit. That was Sean Combs. Dropped the lawsuit, and Diego walked away with the brand. So theoretically speaking, he took a L, right? I don't know if he got some money from them. He needs some get back from that Cassie lawsuit, but he don't got Ciroc no more. Take that, take that. He was like, take that, take that. You know what I mean? He told Diego, take that, take that. You can have it. So the Deleon that you niggas have in your bar, yeah, you could pour that out now. Okay, it's over. You could stop capping, nigga. Like you liked it that shit because that was a horrible drink. You could pour that out now. And the Kool-Aid, what do they have? Pineapple Ciroc, Kool-Aid Ciroc, nigga. Grape drink Ciroc. You could pour that out too. You could pour that out too. You know what I'm talking about? Pour that out for the homies in Gaza, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? But get rid of that shit. Whatever you do, get it out your bar because he's no longer affiliated with it. And, you know, whatever happened to Black Excellence, I don't know. You know what I'm talking about? It's on fucking, it's on vacation in the St. Tropez, nigga. Black Excellence is on a yacht somewhere. I think Black Excellence is down there with the Titanic on the fucking Titan. That's where Black Excellence is because the shit is non-existent on the surface. It's gone. We got to try again. We got to try again. So his spirit is so fucked up and so cursed and so cross that he don't even have a spirit no more. Don't let that go over your head. He lost his spirits. You know what I'm talking about? He lost his spirits. Man down. Whatever Kim Porter is on the other side doing to him, he deserves it. Black Excellence is in Bali, nigga. Black excellent is in fuck it. Is that how it's pronounced? It's spelled P-H-U-C-K-E-T. Is it called fuck it? Black excellent is doing yoga. Black excellent is in a doggy down. But yo, give me some yoga moves, y'all. Where my yogis at? Give me some yoga moves. She's cooking this nigga, and I'm here for it. You understand? She's cooking this nigga, and I'm here for it. You feel me? Fuck that. I'm here for all of that. Black excellence is doing the prayer pose. Black excellence is doing the warrior pose in Bali with Russell Simmons, niggas. With Uncle Rush, with the Rush card. Yeah, that's what Black excellence is at. Black excellence is doing the downward dog, nigga. Black excellence is on vacation on Oh, we gotta bring the sound effects back. My goodness, what happened to Black excellence, y'all? What the fuck? When you were sleeping, little did you know, Black excellence went on a run. Coming soon to Netflix and Tubi. Black excellence, where art thou? Like, what the fuck? This nigga lost the fucking case, nigga. What the fuck? Where's the Ciroc boys at? What are we to do with the Ciroc boys now? What's to happen to Ciroc boys? They don't want to. They dropped Sean John. I literally said we got to get ready for the P Diddy GoFundMe because shit is really. I mean, when is the first coming up? We're on the 18th. By February 1st, shit is gonna get real ugly on Fisher Island. That is a fact. You know what I'm talking about? The bill cycle is coming up. This nigga might not have his shit on auto pay. By February 1st, shit is gonna look real crazy on Fisher Island where this nigga live, bro. Because I don't think he could pay them bills. You feel me? P. Diddy about to be outside across the street from the Apollo with us. And then he gonna have a Sean John table on 2/5. You know what I'm talking about? Selling some of the motherfucking some velours and whatnot, some of that cologne. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, he about to be on 2/5 with Nova Felder and them niggas. Given about a week, in a few weeks. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, he gonna be out there with Brother Shabazz. He gonna be on Baba TV. Diddy comes to Harlem, and he didn't really want to be there, but he's there now. You know what I'm saying? I wonder if Cameron and them niggas is gonna have him on It Is What It Is, like a special segment. After they finish with OJ, they're gonna have motherfucking P. Diddy segment talking about you know, his parties and whatnot. He should just be a party planner. If it don't always work out, he could just turn. Fuck it. I would just go. He's a Scorpio. I would just say, you know what? I'm done playing these games. We doing motherfucker. We not even doing Diddy parties no more. We just doing all white freak offs. That shit will go crazy, especially in Atlanta. These niggas is in Atlanta having sex in warehouses and whatnot. You understand? I never been to one, but I heard about it. These niggas is in Atlanta having orgies in warehouses. Do you know how many people could fit in a warehouse? Yeah, think about it. These niggas is in Atlanta having orgies in warehouses out here, swapping out their wives and whatnot, swirling and having all kind of, they swinging, swirling, and they double hit, they double batting and whatnot. They going crazy out here. It's that Atlanta housewife shit. It's chicks that from the Atlanta housewives. They be looking like Nene. What's her name? It's like them. It's like Candy and them Candy Burris and these bitches. Like they at the sex party. They got the toys. They swinging from motherfuckers. They swinging from the rafters. Nah, I'm dead ass, y'all. I'm so sincere. They got sex dungeons in Atlanta. The shit, you could go on Eventbrite and book a fucking ticket, bro. You feel me? Yeah, they going in. He might as well turn. He just might as well just go into the underworld. You know what I mean? He might as well just go into the underworld and just take over. Take that. Because I mean, shit. There's some girls that want to get peed on. They'll pull up. You know what I'm talking about? This Atlanta. You know what I'm talking about? They having warehouse orgies. Facts. That's what Atlanta is doing right now. You feel me? That's what Atlanta is doing. And it's all colors, creeds, and you know what I mean? I heard it's like a truck stop. Yeah, don't mistake that for the Dungeon family. That's not the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Don't mistake that for the Dungeon family. You know what I mean? It's a different dungeon. You know what I'm saying? Dolph Dungeon. Not Dolph Lundgren, Dolph Dungeon. But it's been fun, guys. I'm realizing that we're 2 hours and a half. Nothing but pure love, and we got to laugh. You feel me? We got to laugh so we didn't have to cry. And that's what's important. We got to laugh. Sometimes we gotta laugh. You know what I mean? Because this shit right here, it could have a person just bald in the corner crying. But what was I about to say? Yeah, Detroit. We on our way. We coming to Detroit. New York, first week of February. We're gonna be in New York. Blue Pill and Black Dot will be at Nicholas. You dig? They're gonna be at Nicholas, and I'll be there for that. More than likely, I'll be there for that. Yeah, just a few other things, but we're gonna just keep it at that. We don't want to, you know what I mean? We got some things coming up, but we'll talk about them when they're more closer to proximity. The next Melanin Monday, I'm aiming for not this Monday coming up. We're doing it at 2-week intervals. And I believe we're going to try to bring Oba, King Simon, and also the legend Ra Aku all on one stage. And what this will be is your overall 2024. This is how we really build up the cheat code, because here you have a numerologist, an astrologist, and a diviner, right? So we're going to get the readings from all three of them as to what this first few quarters, the first 2 quarters, I mean, the whole 2024, but definitely Q1 and Q2, what to look for, what to prepare for, what's coming down the pipeline, all of these things that you need so you could be properly prepared for when the New Year's in March comes, the real New Year's. We are going to do the quote unquote reading for 2024. And we're going to read out your destiny. They're going to be doing personal readings. They're going to be doing charts. They're going to be doing all of the things that they do, spiritual readings. All of these things will be available at Melanin Monday, episode 8. And that's coming up. And you will see the previews and everything for that. So, yeah, with that being said, hit up the Cash App, Richfield44. If you don't see my face, don't put it in all caps. Put it the same way it's written right there with lowercase. You should see me. You should see a picture of me counting money. You know what I'm talking about, on my Rich Phil shit. And that's my Cash App. And I want to say thank you in advance. And for everybody that joined us, appreciate every one of you. Y'all stay dangerous. And like I said earlier, do not get on my Instagram and take the shit that I'm putting on there personally. I'm literally trolling you niggas because I have nothing better to do. You know what I'm talking about? Don't take what's on Instagram super serious, because that's not what I'm on Instagram to do. I'm not on Instagram to be super serious with you niggas. I'll be super serious on Melanin Mondays and Third Eye Thursdays, but I'm definitely not on Mark Zuckerberg's Instagram trying to be super deep and super serious. No, I'm on there trolling, my niggas. That's what I'm on there having fun. I'm on there poking the bear. I'm on there kicking the hornet's nest. You know what I'm talking about? I'm literally on the edge. I'm on know the ledge time on Instagram. So I'm just giving you that disclaimer. I got people in my inbox, they taking shit personal. And I'm like, that's not what we here for. As long as I don't curse somebody out and call them out their name and be belligerent, which I'm not out here doing, you don't got to worry about nothing. You feel me? If I say, oh, shorties is out here with John with Snow Kings and what, that's barbershop banter. I'm talking shit. You know what I mean? You just don't know me. That's the problem. You just don't know my personality. I talk shit. You know what I'm talking about? I throw niggas under buses. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. I'm from Brooklyn. This is what we do. But we having fun. It's all fun. It's all fun in love and war. You know? If you were the Snow King and whatnot, hey, it's whatever totes your boat. It's whatever totes your boat. But I'm real enough. I'm real enough, and I'm being honest enough to just say that that's some shit that we don't like, Chief Keef. You know what I mean? I could honestly be like, yeah, we not fucking that doesn't make our heart warm. Like, oh, look at sis. You know how black women, y'all don't have y'all could see a woman with Ron Jeremy and be like, oh, she happy. Look at her, look at sis. Oh my goodness. He looks like a groundhog, but so what? Y'all don't have those same. We'll look at that and be like disgusted. Will fucking go in the bathroom and Earl and shit. Like, we'll take that personal. We'll be like, damn, she couldn't be with me. Like, nigga, you don't even know her. But we take shit like that personal. We just weird like that. You know what I mean? And I'm a Scorpio, so I might be speaking about it from the Scorpio's perspective because you know us. We like, you know, we possess it. We think we possess the whole fucking black race of black women. Like, that's just us. I'm so possessive that when I was a little kid, I was watching Buck Rogers, right? Remember Buck? You young people don't know Buck Rogers. There was an episode on Buck Rogers where these little niggas that look like Ewoks, they came in, they was like telepathic, and Buck Rogers had a partner. I forgot her name, but she had some fucking racks on her. Like, her boobs was crazy. And I'm such a Scorpio. I'm watching Buck Rogers and shit, and the little nigga unbuttoned her shirt, and I caught feelings about that. I was like, hold on, what is this little nigga doing with Lady Buck Rogers? I don't even know her name. Go figure. That's how far Scorpions take it, nigga. Like, we get drawn into TV shows, nigga. So once again, you be all right. You know, you be all right. You be all right. You know what I'm saying? Y'all stay dangerous, man. You and your Snow King. Y'all go skiing and whatnot. Y'all have fun. I'll see you in Aspen. I'll see you in Aspen and whatnot. You know what I mean? I'll see you at the fucking Davos. You know what I mean? I'll catch you niggas. I'll catch you. I'll catch you at the Kentucky Derby. You know what I'm talking about? T.O. the label, man. Come and get this consultation, man. You asking a lot of these personal questions that you gotta that's to be answered in private, man. This is you asking consultation questions, bro. You know what I'm talking about? I got you though. I got you. We could work on something. Did you see what Gilbert Arenas said about Holly Berry? It was super petty, right? It was super petty. But from a man's, because women was like, oh, that nigga's being messy and whatnot. I understood fully what he was saying and why he said it. That nigga is hurt. Men got feelings too. You know what I'm saying? We're not heartless. We are fucking humans. We got emotions. Gilbert Arenas didn't know how to say he was butthurt because Halle Berry, he said he went to a game. He went to a basketball game and like Don Sterling, I don't know what the name of the white man was. No, Harvey Weinstein was there. Oh my goodness. I don't even have to go further. He said it was 3 Jewish old men sitting, courtside and whatnot. And Halle Berry walked by and they basically was like, yeah, each one of them basically was like, yeah, I tagged that. You know what I mean? Talking that old white man barbershop talk. Cause they what white men do is not barbershop talk. They like country club golf talk. You know what I mean? They got golf talk. So, they basically was talking shit. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we took her down and whatnot. So Gilbert Arenas, the way that he's able to express his disdain as a black man who didn't get a chance with Halle Berry because we all wanted one. His way of lashing out is by exposing her or by blowing her up. That's what petty niggas do. So I understood what he was saying. I understood why he said it and why he did it like that. Because it's almost like, after hearing these old white men talk about they beat the box up, yeah, it's hard. This shit was heartbreaking. Heartbreaking. We don't have those, like, we don't be having visions of y'all, like, you know what I mean? Like, this should have just, it's kind of like, wait, what? We didn't know what y'all was doing behind closed doors with these men. Like, we was still on some fight the power shit. We had no idea. You know what I mean? Yeah, the scene for Monsters Ball was real. Guess who was the producer of the movie Monsters Ball? Yep, you got it. Harvey Weinstein. The same man that's in jail right now for rape of about 30 women. You understand? Harvey Weinstein. The same man that Jay-Z was in bed with. He was one of his biggest partners. Yeah. Mr. Harvey. Okay. Mr. Harvey. So it's like, rumor has it's a lot of shit going on in Hollywood, but the black women don't want the black men because they with the Beckys, and the black men damn sure don't want the black women because they getting gangbanged by the white boys. They getting ghetto gagged and gonzoed by white boys on a casting couch, and the black men see it. It's not like you hearing about it. No, when they go to those parties and they rat packing these women and whatnot, these black men is seeing that. It's just not the same when you rat pack. If you are with a woman, like, unless a man is getting flipped, you understand? It's not the same. If you understand what I'm talking about, because people are like, oh, Red is choosing sides and everything. I'm like, no. I don't want to go too deep with it. You know what I mean? What time is it? It is the right time to go deep with it, but I don't want to go too deep into it. I don't want to go too deep into it, but it's different. It's a difference. So imagine how a black man is going to be, his disposition towards these black actresses, if he's seeing what he's seeing and he knows what he knows. He's like, I'm not wifing that. I'm not seeding. I ain't planting no seeds in that. I'm not wifing shorty up. She's a boy toy. She be on the casting couch. These niggas done had their way with her. They not even dating them like that. They don't even want to They don't even wife. They don't wife them up. They don't. They not doing none of that. They like, I'm good. I rather they run into these Beckys and whatnot. Not to say that they better or they, but they probably not seeing the Beckys getting rat packed like that. They probably not seeing the Beckys getting rat pack and tag team, but them sisters is getting done dirty in Hollywood. Y'all niggas need to get snapped the fuck out of it and wake up to what the fuck is really going on in Hollywood or Hollywood, which is right next to San Fernando Valley, which is the porn capital. The same niggas that Diddy was hiring to wear down Cassie, them same niggas is at those parties wearing down these black actresses. And I'm not gonna say nobody's name to disrespect them and whatnot, but you know, I could help speed up the shit that y'all niggas are gonna have to wait 10 years to hear about. Because the shit that y'all hearing about right now, the shit Cat Williams and everybody is talking about, we was talking about that in 2009, bro. We was talking about that in 2009. So I could speed it up and drop some names, but I ain't gonna do that because that's not, you know, for what? Let's just say that it goes down. All of that crying that you seeing these actresses doing, they not crying because they not getting enough money. They're crying because they like, I had to fuck 3 or 4 of these niggas to get a role, and I'm not rich yet. And they hitting my line for more roles. And when Diddy invites you to a party, you just gotta say no. And with that being said, love and light to the family. We'll get back with you. All right. Peace.